Hi friends, welcome to the Christmas Ornaments Open Playlist, hosted by Chantel from Crafty Hints, Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, and Amanda from Six Kids and a Glue Gun. Links to the hosts and the playlist will be in the description box. Let's get started. I found this wooden teddy bear shape in my stash. This is from AC Moore from a couple years ago. So I recently made, well actually in my last video, I used some of this plush yarn to redo a gingerbread man. So finding this teddy bear, I was thinking, oh, it'd be really cute to wrap the teddy bear in the yarn to have a cute little teddy bear ornament. So the full ball of yarn is 106 yards. Although it's not extremely full and thick, it is very soft. So what I'm going to do is just start out by adding a small bit of hot glue on the back to get started to hold my yarn down. And I try to go around this first leg, and then I realize, well, I have to get the edge. So, and I don't want to use a ton of hot glue so it looks really cakey. So I just try to use just the most minimal amount of hot glue as possible, and I add a bit on the edge to cover the edge piece up, and I just go from the leg up to the arm, and then I crisscross over to the other side. And just like I did in my previous video with my gingerbread boy, I go back and forth around, and then I kind of crisscross, and I go over each section 2 or 3 times so my teddy bear ends up having a really nice fluffy look to him. And then as I'm nearing the end on this second ear, it'll be just like when I started. Add a little line of hot glue, and then I pull it around the edge piece and get that snipped off. And then I look at him, and he's just so adorably fluffy and cute. So I want to add a little face, and I have a jar of buttons from DollarTree. And I think that I'm going to use these buttons, but then I ended up swapping the nose out for a different color button that was just a little bit larger. So I'm just going to hot glue these buttons down, and then I'm going to use fabric paint to add a little mouth. And now I'm going to add a hanger using this baker's twine that I found at Dollar Tree. Simply hot glue this to the back and secure it with a small piece of felt to make sure that it stays in place. And once I have that in place, I'm going to use this same baker's twine just to make a simple little bow to add to the front of my cute little teddy bear. He turned out so adorably cute. I wish I had more of these little shapes. I did find a clip art with a similar shape, and I plan to make more out of cardboard. I will put a link to that clip art in the description box if you would like to make some of these ornaments yourself. Let me know, what do you think of this little fuzzy guy? Please check out the channels of our hosts, Crafty Hints, Rustic and Lace, and Six Kids and the Glue Gun for beautiful DIY inspiration on a budget. For this DIY, I have baked Sculpey clay that I found at Walmart and some little mini cookie cutters. The Wilton brand, I found these at Walmart as well. So I've already kneaded my clay and rolled it out. I want to use these little cookie cutters so I can make some little miniature, delicious looking cookie ornaments. So I'm going to use, be able to cut 4 cookies out of each one of these little pieces that I've rolled out, and once I have everything cut out, I'll put these in the oven and bake them for about 15 minutes at 275 degrees. Okay, so I got a little bit distracted and I left them in for a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but they're all cool now. So I'm going to paint half of these with nutmeg brown so they look like gingerbread. For the other half, I'll mix antique white and light mocha, so these will resemble sugar cookies. And with all of that matte paint dry, I'm going to use different colors of puff paint to add embellishments. For my gingerbread, I'm going to use mainly white and then a couple of other colors, red, green, and black to embellish my little gingerbread man. And then add some really pretty faux icing designs to my other 3 cookies. For my faux sugar cookies, I'm going to paint on my faux frosting, and then I have some little faux candies from Amazon. I'm going to slice up a few to get some miniature peppermints, and then I have others that are actually supposed to be for fingernail embellishments, but I like to use them in my sweets videos, so I'll get those glued down so they look like cute, tasty faux sprinkles. I like this Aleene's tacky glue because it holds really well and it dries clear. So those pieces of faux peppermint that I sliced, I'm going to get those glued down to this little gingerbread man shape. And initially I was just going to make a face for him, but then I had a few extras, so I just ended up gluing them all down, and a couple of stars and snowflakes for my tree. And for the white gingerbread man and snowflake, that will be totally it'll look like it's sugared with that iridescent glitter and Aleene's tacky glue. Then I decided, well, you know what? Let me just add a little glue and glitter to all of the faux sugar cookies so they all look like they're just glistening with sugar. To hold my cookies, I have 2 faux baking sheets. 10 tumbling tower blocks were glued together. I painted my blocks white, and then I went over that with silver acrylic paint, and I'm going to get these set up the way I want them glued down first to see how it looks. I like how this setup looks, so I'm going to use a combination of Gorilla Clear Grip glue and hot glue so I get that permanent and immediate hold. And I'm going to use this decorative ribbon I found at Dollar General as a hanger. I love the red and white stripe on this, and it has a bit of wire in it. So I'm just going to hot glue this to the back and then use a small piece of felt to help hold it down. Delicious faux cookie ornaments. I saw these recently at Walmart when I was walking through their Christmas decor, and I thought, I can make some of those myself, and I think they turned out really cute. Let me know, what do you think of my gingerbread and sugar cookie ornaments? For this DIY, I'm going to use more of my Sculpey clay. I found a silhouette image of Hello Kitty's head, and I traced that out on some parchment paper from Dollar Tree. And I also have a wooden shape from Dollar Tree. I picked this up last year, I believe, or the year before, in the shape of an ornament. So I'm going to have to sand this down because this is very rough. But what I want to do is trace out my image onto a piece of clay and then apply it to my ornament. So off camera, I rolled out a small piece of clay with just a regular small rolling pin. And I'm going to use a embossing tool from Dollar Tree to press the image into the clay. And to get my image cut out of my clay, I'm using just a small coffee stirrer just to cut through this, and it works really well. So I'm just going to press in the line so the whiskers are more defined, and then take that embossing tool just to make sure all of the edges are nice and smoothed out. And now it's all cooled from the oven, and I'm using a white matte apple barrel paint and a small detail brush just to get in around the bow area, and then I'll paint the bow with this bright red from apple barrel. Bright yellow for the nose and black for the eyes. For my ornament, I'm going to use Cameo Pink from Apple Barrel and give that one good coat. Once that dries, I'm going to use a combination of Gorilla Clear Grip glue and hot glue, just like I did for my mini cookies. And I'm going to use the same ribbon and method to add a hanger to this, just like I did for my little cookie sheets. And now I'm going to add Aleene's Tacky Glue all over the face and the bow on the top of the head. And I'm going to go a bit heavy with this iridescent glitter. So when it dries, it'll give the appearance of Swarovski crystals. And here's another look at the other DIY ornaments from this video. I really enjoyed making these. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you'll try one or more of these. I hope I gave you some sort of inspiration. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. Don't forget there is a playlist. I'll have a link to the hosts and the playlist in the description box. Have a blessed holiday.